So here's the deal. I don't want you wasting your hard-earned money on a helmet that you're not going to love. That's why I'm here to show you something most of these helmet reviews can't: my receipt. I paid for this helmet with my own cash, so you're getting a brutally honest, no strings attached review. No outside influence, no hidden agendas, just the truth. The problem with these type of helmets is that you can't just walk into a store and try one on like a pair of jeans. Unless you've got a buddy with the exact same helmet size who already owns one, you're taking a blind leap of faith. That means the first time you're trying one on for size or seeing it in the flesh, you've already remortgaged your house, sold your nan's kidneys, and now finally you can Klarna Pay in 3 a £400 helmet for that 125cc bike you bought off Facebook Marketplace that's definitely not stolen. So this is a user review of the Ruroc 4.0 Atlas helmet, complete with the optional Shockwave audio system. Consider me your helmet reviewing superhero, dishing out the scores like an IGN video game review from the good old days. Buckle up, because we're about to find out if this helmet lives up to the hype or falls flat on its chin strap. The Ruroc 4.0 has a sleek and modern fighter jet pilot reminiscent design that looks great on any biker. You can definitely see the influence of the brand's snowboard helmet past poking through, along with retained design elements from the helmets in its past. While the helmet undeniably looks cool, with striking and attention-grabbing designs, it might lean towards a slightly more vibrant style that appeals to Ruroc's target audience, namely the younger crowd. It's not a negative thing, but just an observation, as an older friend told me he'd appreciate a more familiar design in the last video.
What put me off is the look, the aesthetics of it. I'm too old for that. I'd like a more classic looking helmet.
Now in its fourth iteration, the helmet retains the design DNA established all the way back in the original Atlas 1.0, but improves on it in pretty much every area. Some features like the side vents, which were once functional, have now become styling cues. A good thing in this case, because who wants an air intake that close to your ears on a helmet that you bought to protect you from wind noise? They've also simplified and removed the top two vents in an effort to improve the helmet's airflow and wind noise again. I can attest only to say that the helmet does a decent job of protecting you from the wind whistle and barrage on your ears, at least up to near motorway speeds. Build quality is largely good, but there are a few questionable bits that almost look a little bit unfinished, namely the slots to the side of the main vents at the front and the seam between the bottom of the helmet and the shell. I'm not sure what that's about, it just looks like they haven't put it together properly. Who knows? It's not enough to detract from the look, but this is definitely a premium helmet and it's premium price, so there's still a bit of work to do here.
We took on board all of the feedback from Atlas 3, specifically targeting areas in acoustic and thermal performance, as well as physical comfort.
Ruroc has truly nailed the comfort factor with the interior liner of the 4.0 helmet. It feels premium and plush, providing a snug fit that gives you confidence in its protective capabilities. The liner is made of breathable material, ensuring optimal airflow on hot days, and it's conveniently removable and washable to keep it fresh and odor-free. It does at first seem to press into your face, namely the cheeks and the back of your head weirdly, but it soon loosens up and it conforms to your head shape, and from that point on, it's all gravy. Although the helmet has a slightly heavier feel, despite being constructed from polycarbonate, the weight difference is hardly noticeable unless you have another carbon helmet on hand for comparison. It's not really a heavy feeling lid when it is on your head. We'll talk about the innovative Re-On feature in the section on safety, but the great part is you cannot feel the inserts. They blend seamlessly into the helmet's construction, offering an added layer of protection without compromising on comfort. For these reasons, I give the Ruroc Comfort a 9 out of 10. This new helmet is fully ECE 2206 and DOT certified. If you are from across the pond and wondering what the hell ECE 2206 is, it's a much more stringent safety certification that European-made helmets have to meet. 2206 is the latest, hardest to attain level of this, and this helmet meets it, meaning it is genuinely one of the safest helmets on the market right now, which is quite an accolade. It is in good company with Arai Quantic and other similar level helmets, and it does cost roughly around the same amount of money depending on spec. Now let's talk about the star of the safety show, the Rheon feature.
So Rheon's a really interesting material. I've been studying it for 15 years. It's a little bit like walking in the sea or the sand. If you walk in the dry sand, it's just quite hard work and soft and hard to run in. But you know that perfect place you get where the wave comes up over the sand and then it rolls back down. It leaves the sand glass hard and you can just run on it. That material at that point is a colloidal suspension. And that's exactly how Rheon works.
So it's a bit like having a layer of custard inside your helmet. You know, when you gently poke it, it's all soft and squishy like a liquid, but when you face the punch of an impact, it magically turns solid and absorbs that crash energy. So that's pretty cool stuff. And they've also included this in some of their snowboard helmets, although the impact speeds aren't normally quite as high or as violent. Still, big thumbs up for anything that helps me retain the dwindling number of brain cells sloshing around in this bucket when I'm riding. And I can always say, NASA had a part to play in building this thing. Sharp's guide shows the older 3.0 functioned really well on front and rear impacts, but was average to poor on side impacts. I'm keen to see how Ruroc have improved in this model and if Rheon has elevated their safety rating here. I give the Ruroc a 10 out of 10 for safety, being as I can't fault it and don't know anything more about it. The Atlas helmet is all about giving you a panoramic view of the road, like having your own private IMAX theatre strapped to your head. With this impressively wide field of view, you'll be able to do shoulder checks with the grace of a ballerina. No more neck strains or awkward head turning maneuvers. It's like having eyes in the back of your head, but without the creepy factor that would bring. The visor is designed to withstand the rigors of the road, providing durability and peace of mind. However, it is important to note that even at this price range, a pin lock system isn't included as standard, but can be purchased at extra cost. Now, I have to address one small critique tied to the Ruroc design, the nose hub. While it may add a unique aesthetic attached to the helmet's exterior, and it is ingrained in the brand's DNA, it does become somewhat distracting when noticed from inside the helmet. This design choice slightly compromises the overall visibility experience, particularly when attempting to quickly glance down at your speedometer without looking down or turning your head. On the topic of convenience, the quick release mechanism for changing the visor is cool and pretty user-friendly. It allows for swift and effortless visor swaps, making it convenient to adapt to changing lighting conditions or even your personal preferences. If you're looking to add a touch of style, maybe opt for a blue iridium visor, just to personalize that helmet a little bit. I give the Ruroc an 8 out of 10 for visibility. One feature worth mentioning, although it won't apply to everybody, is the optional Shockwave speakers available with the Ruroc 4.0. Mine are the Harman Kardon variant, and these speakers deliver some impressive sound quality with loud and clear audio for an immersive riding experience. It's a bit like having your own concert on two wheels. It's really well self-contained too, so the guy in the car next to you at the lights can't tell if it's Slipknot or Barbie Girl you're listening to. Could be either. It's always Barbie Girl. While the speakers themselves are commendable, the placement of the buttons on the helmet can be a barrier to ease of use, especially when wearing gloves. You also look a right wally trying to press the buttons going down the road, even if they do work. Perhaps relocating the buttons to the side of the helmet could be a step in the right direction. Just a thought, Ruroc. It would be more convenient if voice commands such as using Siri were supported too. Many car systems have implemented this feature, and it would be a valuable addition to the helmet's functionality just to be able to say, "Hey Siri, open Spotify." It's worth mentioning that these speakers are the first ones I've encountered that fit comfortably without creating pressure against my head, which is a significant advantage over other add-on units, as I always ended up just uninstalling them because they were so uncomfortable. The Ruroc chain app, although available for additional features and rider-to-rider communication in group, is apparently a bit shit. I have no interest in this though. I literally use it for phone, sat-nav and music, so I can't mark it down for this reason. I give the audio and shockwave aspect of the Ruroc a 7 out of 10. So you're probably wondering if the Ruroc 4.0 is worth its price tag. Well, let me break it down for you. This helmet sits in a grey area, and here's why. You've got the sponsored YouTubers hyping it up like it's the second coming of Evel Knievel, and then you've got the haters who couldn't find joy even if it smacked him in the face with a confetti cannon.
Got him.
Neither of them are 100% right, neither of them are 100% wrong. They are just playing to the extremes. And you've got to do that on YouTube, because otherwise you won't go anywhere. Personally, I've got to admit, it makes me feel like a badass. I do like the helmet. Ruroc knows how to rock the style, keep your noggin safe, throw in a few nifty features, and a couple of nice to have. So it is a big thumbs up from me. I do like this helmet and I do endorse it. There are a couple of things that Ruroc can do to improve it as time goes on, but I'm sure they're already aware of that, and they've proven themselves really well versed in listening to feedback from their purchasers and implementing that in the next design. So maybe by the time we get to the 6 or the 7, I'll be truly happy. So go forth, conquer the asphalt, and ride like there's no tomorrow. Stay wild, stay free, and please consider subscribing if you enjoyed this video. See you next time.